Итак, снова всем здравствуйте, снова с вами ваши Мотропонов, и это 28-я серия по второй части Mass Effect. В прошлый раз мы летали на Бекинштейн, помогали Косоме забрать ее серый ящик, увидели много экспонатов, вот, собственно, у нас платиум осталось платиум, мы были на вечеринке, вот. И у нас даже отношения с Гаррисом как-то получше стали. Ну, сегодня мы продолжим миссии на лояльность. Поэтому предлагаю вам сегодня теперь можно летать, не хочу просто. Бак на 1500. Все, что можно было. Вот все, о чем можно было мечтать просто. Так, покупка топлива. Ой, у нас зондов побольше стало. То есть нам можно и собирать много очень ресурсов. Отлично. Так. Мы, наверное, сегодня летим, поможем Заиду. Или Тали нам помочь? Нет, я передумала. Давайте полетим Тали поможем. А потом Зейн. А последний будет у нас Джек. И я так решила, так будет намного лучше. Так даже будет прикольно. Фига себе, это что, это такая планета, что ли? А, это Солнце? Хуя. А чё их два? Это что, Татуин? Вот это да. Вот это нифига себе. Стыкуемся с мигрирующим флотом. И посмотрим, что там почем. Что и как. Зачем. Так, вот мы видим у нас лояльно Косоме, лоялен Тейн и лоялен Гаррис. У Тейна внешка... Ух. Ага. У него такой еще костюм. Ну, прям тут bad boy. Просто. С очками. У Косоме просто поменялся костюм в красный цвет. Давайте чек, наверное, оставим так. Так, ну Таня у нас идет по умолчанию. А кто у нас еще будет? Блять, сложно. Давай Гайлу собрать постоянно миссию, но как-то это уже перебор. Хотя, давайте.
Requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Tali.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Загрязнен по рамкам кварианцев. Лишь он в скафандрах ходит. Для них любая инфекция смертельна, если они не успеют вовремя какой-то там какой-то этот вести.
Captain Shepard, Tali Zora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
I've never actually reached the rank of captain. Technically, I'm no longer in the Alliance military at all.
You're the commander of the Normandy, responsible for the lives aborted. That entitles you to respect among our people. May you stand between your crew and harm as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars.
Kila Salai. It's an old ship captain's blessing, Shepard.
What are the charges against Tali, Captain?
The charge is treason. And the punishment if she is found guilty is exile.
You know me, Captain. You know I never do that.
They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
Let's deal with that later, Tali. What's our next step, Captain?
Technically, I'm under orders to place Tali Zora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Судовой площадь. Хи. Так.
I can't believe they're charging Tali Zora with such a thing.
If Tali Zora can't even get a Quarian captain to stand on her, she's as good as convicted.
Сейчас разберемся.
Tali Zora was Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
On the run. Shepard Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ran, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
Окей, давайте
Get
пойдемте.
started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side.
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
Ну, то есть нам ее защищать.
You would actually speak for my defense.
It would have been helpful to know about this earlier, Tali.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
Ну, окей.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Kill us alive.
Не показалось, или она сказала, что не будет участвовать самостоятельно?
Tali Zora Vas Normandy
Не
has
поняла.
come with her Capitan to defend herself against the charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right, as Tali's captain, Shepard must stay.
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
Конечно.
I shouldn't have to. When Tali helped me stop Saren and his Geth army, her actions spoke for themselves. Without her help, none of you would be alive to put her on trial today.
Well said, Shepard. None of us should forget Tali's contributions to the fleet.
Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
Она не могла этого сделать.
Brought Geth to the fleet while serving on the Normandy.
To clarify, Shepard, Tali isn't accused of bringing back entire units, only parts that could spontaneously reactivate.
But I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
Офигеть, у всех там бунт начался.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
I thought Quarians valued family. How do you justify springing this on Tali in the middle of a damn trial?
Our apologies. Tali should have been informed.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you bastet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
You think Tali's helping the Geth? Maybe killing a few dozen will prove her loyalty.
We do not accuse Tali of aiding the Geth cause. We accuse her of carelessness that endangered the fleet.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. The shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Пойдемте. Опять разборки.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy resistance.
Окей, спасибо, что предупредили.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The Admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Are the judges that set on finding her guilty?
Anything involving the Geth is a live wire, Shepard. But there is still hope. And girls greatly respects both you and Tali Zora for stopping Saren. Admiral Koresh sees the whole thing as a war crime and wants to convict. I have no idea what Admiral Zen wants. You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm
Узнаем максимум.
Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
Блин, костюм этот хорошо на ней смотрится.
The Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean room safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There is a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
Круто.
I'm not hearing much about Rail's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Henshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Rail was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
Okay.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the home world.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
Okay.
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
Поговорили с тетей какой-то там.
I'm glad Admiral Ron got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard? Admiral Hangerel Vasnima. To be honest, I was afraid a human would be too meek and humble. Watching you rail away at Admiral Corris, though, Tali's in good hands.
I get the sense you're inclined to believe the defense. I'm glad one of the judges is.
If you were only giving Rail inactive equipment for weapons tests, I've got no problem. We need to test weapons against Geth material. I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they say you made.
Ну да.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rail was doing, it blew up in his face. The ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tali. But if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
Okay.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
The one you didn't recognize, Tali, is Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Corris is the same whining soup wetter he always was.
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
Okay.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rail and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rail looked at me and said, "We're underage. You can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons. We brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes. Brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rail for you.
Ну да, уж понятно, кого Тали пошел.
Sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
I hope the Quarian people find some place to live, Admiral. But it sounds like you're playing with fire.
We're too comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
Ну да.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Так, а вот еще. Азен где? Ран, Азен. Витор. Витор.
Shepard, Talizora, good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, stayed to argue the charges against Talizora. I've served with her and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Ух ты.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haystrom. She and
Сражалась. Господи, они никогда меняют пол.
Then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alarai. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy?
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haystrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haystrom's sun?
Keela, I hope not. If they can screw up a star, our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system. Besides, they didn't show up until we did.
Yeah, hope you're right, man. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepard, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
Some days I think flying around in the fleet without a planet of our own is the right idea.
Ну да, такое себе.
Have you been, Rieger? You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strikeouts, Tali. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
We should get going.
Мы все выяснили.
Stay safe out there.
Так вот где-то Миралзе. Витор.
Shepard, how did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
Do you remember anything else about the collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
want to help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far. Hello again, Commander. Good luck, Tali.
Ага, то есть... Так как дизайн, вот.
Tali Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shepard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
Tali was with me. Saren and the Geth would have destroyed us all without her help.
Your political machinations are transparent, Commander. They are also unnecessary. If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rael to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
You support experiments on living creatures.
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked.
Какой-то странный диалог с ним, правда, вот.
It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali Zora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth.
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali Zora. I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
You're insane.
Да, она придурочная.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Так, пойдемте.
Tali Zora and her father are out of control. This is on their heads.
Слышь.
I didn't expect a human to be such a good speaker.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalkoris Vasquibquib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. You have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Can you tell me anything about the LRI?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active geth to the
Да не привозила я! Не привозила, блядь!
I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
А, блин, точно, там же салют на Петропавловке бьют, я уже забыла.
Have a ship named Quib?
Oh, here we go.
Бля!
People, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures, and have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry.
Тали же просила не спрашивать о корабле. Бля.
Borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictome. But I am proud of the Quib, and I will not flee because of petty insults.
Прям как этот, название группы какой-то.
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created, the people we wronged.
The geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rael Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Tali Zora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Tali Zora. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
Капец. Короче, весь этот разговор затянулся где-то на полчаса, может и больше. Это жестко.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Tali Zora is guilty.
If Tali Zora is stuck with a human captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
Конечно, подвешен.
Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Her Admiral Rand's orders. The shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the LRI?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the LRI.
Let's head to the LRI.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Tali Zora. Kira Selai.
Ну, сейчас разберемся. Что там и как. Так. Как старые добрые прямо. Дура, куда ты пошла, блин? Прячься за этими. Прям как я не знаю. Придурочная. Так, что тут? Окей. Пойдемте дальше.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
Понятно. Так. Больше ничего здесь нет. А вот. Так. $4200. Зато у нас есть 4200. Это он так поспать. Это так поспать. Решил. Так, а тут что? Во, все. Мы нашли что-то полезное. Да, печально. Так. Штыри, батарейка, кружок, юла. Все. Взломали мы цепь. 4200 в кармане. Перезарядимся. В укрытие. Охотника главное ебануть. У него самые крепкие яйца. Ну, почти. Блять, Гарус, ты умеешь прятаться? Гарус, ёб твою мать, блять. Ебанько, блять. Ты умеешь прятаться, блять? Быстро в укрытие. Ты нахуй туда полез, ебанько, блять. В укрытие нахуй. Еще раз, блядь, ты ёбнешься, блядь, я на тебя аптечки больше тратить не буду. Как сдохнешь, так сдохнешь. Все. Больше я тебя с собой брать не буду. В жопу иди. Блядь, хватит по столам лазить, блядь, как коты нахуй. Ебануться, блядь. Или ты специально, блин, потратил 2 аптечки, чтобы я взяла здесь пенициллин? Скажи мне, пожалуйста. Блядь, что это такое вообще? Боевки участвовать разучились.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Ценное обещание.
Your homeworld someday, Tali. If your father can't help you, I will.
Taking back our planet would only be the beginning. We'd have to cannibalize our fleet to rebuild cities and infrastructure. It would take generations of gene therapy to readapt our immune system so we could live without suits again. We'd be adapting our entire culture. Again. Sometimes I wonder if it's actually worth it.
If you don't take back your home, the Geth win.
I won't let that happen. Not today. Not ever. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
Зато мы еще отступники получили класс. Прямте. Блядь, Гарус, я тебя умоляю просто. Блядь, у меня щитов нет. Мне опять срубили щиты. Ух, нихуя его. Блядь, спасите. Тали. Спасай. Тали, куда ты пошла, блядь? Дура. Блядь, вы что, специально туда идете, ёб твою? Блядь, их много здесь. Тали опять ёбнулась. Тали, иди сюда, блядь, ты заебала, блядь, сюда иди. Ёбаный ты случай, блядь. Все? Серьезно? Это все? Ну ладно, давайте. Соберем отовсюду все. Труп. Угу.
No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to...
Hey, come here.
Ну, ее успокоить надо. Я не могу так.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
You got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The gets have gone active. I don't have much time. The main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
Do you want to get your father back to the shuttle?
No. Leave him. The mission comes first. It's what he would have wanted. Come on, let's finish this.
Так, что здесь? Так. Все классно. Блять, я здесь. Отлично, собрали все, что можно было. А такие стоят, блядь, заебись вообще им просто. Блядь. Блядь, ребята, вы хоть знаете, что вы делаете? Ёб твою мать. Блядь, что делать-то? Правильное развитие вещей. Давайте мы это патроны пособираем. Где-то патроны были еще. Так, вот здесь доказательства какие-то около них. Шакеты.
Console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
Play the recording.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
Sounds like this is the evidence we were looking for.
Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but when this comes up in the trial, we can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
Rail Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
We're not gonna decide anything here. Let's see what the admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
Ну, блин. Не рассказывать об этом как бы коллеге адмиралов, это как бы очень и очень. Но, блин, и так жалко. С другой стороны. Ой, боже мой. Пойдемте.
It sounds like the hearing is already underway.
It's only been a few hours.
Shepard was right. Springing the information about Rail.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
cleared the Geth from the Alarai. It should be safe for your people to return.
Thank you. We sincerely appreciate your efforts to aid the Quarian people.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
О, офигеть. У нас нет опять возможности как-то воздействовать этого. Давайте заведем толпу.
Look at them, all of you. They don't care about Tali. All they care about is their war with the Geth.
Давайте заведем толпу. Я обожаю движ.
Tali risked her life for all of you. On Haystrom, hell on the Citadel when she stopped Saren. She deserves better than this.
If Commander Shepard has no new evidence, I suggest we render judgment.
Wait! Shepard is right. Tali saved me. She doesn't deserve to be exiled.
Damn straight. Tally's done more for this fleet than you assholes ever will. You're pissing on everything I fought for, everything Tali fought for. So if you exile her, you might as well do the same to me.
Me too.
Офигеть, народ за нее вписался просто. Интересно, интересно.
Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges.
Отлично. Это просто.
Please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
With this trial over, I hope you can get back to more important matters, like taking your homeworld back from the Geth.
We'll drink a toast on the homeworld, Shepard. Mark my words.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
Я считаю, что это самый лучший исход этого суда, который мог вообще произойти. Мы как бы и не сдали отца Тали, и сделали так, что вот все просто идеально, и его не изгнали.
Thank you.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Tali, about what your father said. What he did. You deserved better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Come on, Tali Zora, boss Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
This is valuable.
Отлично. Ну, давайте, наверное, закончим с этим, потому что и так уже слишком долго. Так. Опыт, умения. Новый снаряжение для Талии. Опа, ладно, ясно. Да хорошо, хорошо. Пойдемте глянем, что у нас там. Многоядерные щиты. О, отлично, мы получили щиты. Так, теперь можем щиты апгрейднуть на наш корабль. Мы можем вот эту штуку сделать. Мы можем... Ага. О, и мы до конца прокачали техническое умение. Заебись. Так, что здесь? Интенсивная подготовка. Давайте попробуем исследовать. Светошумовая граната. Разрывные. Опустошение, нервный шок. Оборона. О, моя оборона. Круто. Удар, барьер. Бронебойная. Барьер же у адепта был, да? Наверное, мы не будем ничего здесь. Хотя... Бронебойный, наверное. Давайте бронебойный патрон выберем. Посмотрим, что из этого выйдет. В общем, мы помогли Тали на суде в мигрирующем флоте. Сделали идеальный просто исход этого суда. Не только не рассказали суду, что в активации гетов виноват отец Тали Рэй, но и, соответственно, завели толпу, подключили еще 2 людей, кто топил за Тали, кого мы спасли, собственно. И сделали так, что коллеги адмирала просто без лишних фраз решили просто не изгонять Тали, плюс еще нам какую-то там дополнительную приколюху дали в подарок. Вот. А это была 28-я серия по 2-й части Mass Effect. С вами была ваша Дракона. Всем хорошего вечера. Всем пока.